All right, we're 1 week after the election, and the left, center left, is in the midst of a giant reckoning about what went wrong for Kamala Harris and the Democrats. It reminds me of the last time Republicans did something like this. That was back in 2012 when Mitt Romney lost to Barack Obama. In the wake of that defeat, which was, a definitive but narrow defeat, the Republican National Committee launched a massive review of their failures that became known as the autopsy. They surveyed 36,000 people. They held 3,000 group listening sessions. They hosted more than 50 focus groups. It was a real thing. It wasn't just a sort of we're pretending to listen thing. And by March of 2013, RNC Chairman Reince Priebus, remember that guy? He was ready to announce the self-flagellating results.
When Republicans lost in November, it was a wake-up call to get a fresh start. We had to be honest with ourselves and with our voters. We want to build our party, and we want to do it with bold strokes to show that we're up to the challenge and we're done with business as usual. Our message was weak. Our ground game was insufficient. We weren't inclusive. We were behind in both data and digital, and our primary and debate process needed improvement. So there's no one solution. There's a long list of them.
Now, key on that long list was trying to win over the emerging Obama coalition by moving to the center on certain issues, specifically embracing comprehensive immigration reform. The report warned, quote, "If we do not, our party's appeal will continue to shrink to its core constituencies only." But of course, instead of heeding that advice, what happened in the chaotic years that followed was the Republican Party nominated a guy who called Mexican immigrants rapists, promised to implement a ban of all billion Muslims entering the country. And after all that hand-wringing, the Republican Party tossed the entire project in the trash, and Donald Trump won, securing an improbable victory in the Electoral College, basically doing sort of the opposite of what the autopsy said to do. So that was 2012 to 2016. You'll remember the Republicans also lost another election recently. Do you remember this one? This was in 2020. Remember that one? Republicans lost that year, and they lost the popular vote for the fourth time in a row, which is the longest stretch for any major party since the 40s, okay? Now, you also recall there was not a lot of soul searching. In fact, I would say it was basically the opposite. Donald Trump insisted that the votes were there or they'd been stolen, that it was all a big lie, proceeded to foment a violent coup, was impeached for a second time. Some Republicans in the waning days of the administration ran for the exits. But as a whole, there was no autopsy. The party never engaged in any serious discourse about what they did wrong, a little at the margins, or how they could correct it, and what to do to win back voters. And we've been rejected by America 4 elections in a row. They were just like, no. We're going to do it again. They went with the same guy again, who acted every bit as psychotic and malevolent as he did the first time around, and he won. Okay? So, yes, Democrats can go ahead, should go ahead, do all this sort of discourse, look at the data, argue about what happened, post-mortem hand-wringing, all that. I've participated in a lot of it. I've been spending a lot of time debating with folks, in discussion with people on my podcast, other places, thinking about it. But don't be bamboozled by anyone who says they have the one true answer, okay? We have seen the unexpected happen time and time again. None of us could have imagined a former community organizer and law school professor and anti-war protester named Barack Hussein Obama sweeping to victory just 4 years after George W. Bush's reelection. And we have no idea where we will be 4 years from now.